All right, it's absolutely 100% positively true. I am triple stoked right now because I'm talking to Priya Amin of Flexable, one of my favorite people in Pittsburgh, just building a completely kick-ass company. And I've known her since the beginning of this thing, and I've watched her kind of evolve this over the years. And I'm just so excited to talk to you today, Priya, because you're doing some really cool stuff during this COVID pandemic right now. And welcome to the show, and thank you for taking time to talk with me today. It's always so good
Oh,
to catch up with you.
thank you, Jonathan. And likewise, the PTC has been such an amazing resource for Pittsburgh. I don't know what I would do without you guys. And like you said, you've been there for Flexible from the beginning. We're proud members of the PTC, and I'm just really excited to be here talking to you today. So thanks.
Thank you for those kind words. I appreciate it because we are really trying our best. We want our members to succeed, and not just our members, we want the whole community, the whole world to succeed. So we're trying to do as many things as we can to get information and stories out there and everything
Yep.
like that. And you have a great story to talk to us about today, how you guys are doing some pivoting in order to provide childcare during these super crazy times when we're all being zoomed away, for lack of
Oh,
a better term, on our
for
afternoon.
real, man. Yeah.
It's like, I think we're all getting a little Zoom fatigue at this point, which I've learned is a real thing. There's like
I
a
think
whole thing about Zoom fatigue. Yeah.
I believe it. I believe
Like
it.
we're all like
Yeah.
in 2D and we can't really read people's body language. So our brains are processing these things. So after like a day of being on Zoom, we're just completely spent. We're done.
I'm sure we all dream in Zoom by now, right? It's just
Yes,
like these little
multiple
squares
screens.
that pop. Exactly.
Oh no, you've planted that bug. That might happen tonight.
Gonna have some
That would be
interesting dreams
crazy.
tonight.
That'd be crazy. So first off, just give us the overview of what Flexible normally does when people are going to work and people are going to events and they have children that need to be attended to.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for that great segue.
Remember those good
So,
old days? It was pretty fun,
oh, I
wasn't it?
know, right? When we could
Yeah,
talk to each other,
they could
we
talk to each
shake
other.
hands. What does that mean? So Flexible was started in 2016. We have been on a mission from the beginning to create innovative childcare solutions to help life and work fit together.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of what you were saying, Jonathan, we essentially started by providing pop-up childcare on demand at offices, conferences, and events. And from the moment that we launched that product to pretty much the moment before COVID started, we had
Yeah.
partnered with over 150 organizations around
Wow.
Pittsburgh and popped up at over 1,000 different locations. So there was obviously a need for physical childcare to pop up on site. Post COVID, though, of course, most of our business had to halt, both from just, a safety perspective, but also from a liability standpoint. Our caregivers, we just did not want to put them in harm's way. And so, in kind of looking at the landscape, though, we realized that organizations, obviously, a lot of them are still running and still operating. A
Right.
lot of parents are still working or
Yeah.
attending virtual events.
We're working more at home.
Exactly,
And there's
exactly.
still kids behind us, right?
Exactly, but their kids run in
I
to
think I
the
hear
room. I
kids
mean,
screaming right now, Priya. They're back
I
there right
was
now
gonna
here.
say I'm surprised my kids haven't come in to be like, "Mommy, can I have a sandwich?" And so we decided to pivot a little bit and actually launch a new product. We call it virtual mini camps. And
Yes.
what that is, yeah, thanks. So what
Can you
that
make a
is,
virtual mini camp for adults?
dude, I think that's what every Zoom call is supposed to be. It's supposed to
No,
be a
it's
virtual
not.
mini camp. No, I'm
I
just
want to
kidding.
do arts and crafts with other people for an hour or
You know,
something like that.
until there's hardware that can dispense mimosas directly to you, I don't
There
know if
you
we can
go.
make
Even better
mini camps
yet.
for adults, but maybe that's the next thing.
I like the way you
But
talk.
thank you. So these virtual mini camps are essentially just these modules, these 30 to 60-minute modules that help keep kids ages 3 to 10
Hmm?
engaged and happy, essentially, while their parents get work done. So
I like it.
we're really excited to partner with the PTC this week. We're providing our mini camps during the business as usual
I know.
webcasts so that our kids can no longer run into the room and say, "Mommy, I need something." They're occupied while you're occupied. And the nice thing is we've heard from parents that they're not only using mini camps to get work done or to have important calls, they're using them just to take a break. If they need to, just cook dinner or if they want to just sit on the couch. I mean, right now, there are more cases of burnout, especially like you said,
I
Jonathan,
can only
people are
imagine.
working longer hours.
Yep.
They're pushing themselves harder and taking care of your child, especially while schools are closed. So homeschooling and any other parenting things take a real toll
I can
on
only
top of
imagine.
all the, yeah, right?
I mean, if I had, I have no idea because like if I had a buggeroo at home, I would be going insane. I don't have children. But if I did, I'd be like, oh my God, how do I work 10, 12 hours a day, like almost straight, while
Right.
making sure your kid's getting educated, while your kid's being entertained and engaged and fed and all the things you
Exactly.
need to raise a little kid.
Correct. And actually, I think NBC News just came out with a stat yesterday that said that it's over $300 billion in lost productivity
Oh
because
my,
of COVID,
really?
specifically on working parents that aren't
Right,
able
right.
to be there. And
So
if they
these,
have to, yeah.
yeah, these mini camps sound like a freaking phenomenal idea. So how often are they? Because I know we're doing business as usual, but it seems like, hey, wait a second, from 3 to 4 would be great to get my kid to like be entertained, so I can get some other stuff done or start cooking dinner or just be myself for 20 minutes and
Yes,
sit on the
exactly.
couch.
So right now what we're doing is we're starting to form some partnerships with Pittsburgh companies, but we have two standard times during the day. One is at 10 a.m., one is
Ah,
at 1:30 p.m. So
okay.
we have those kind of ongoing every day, but we are working with organizations. So for example, last week we had a partnership where we had a 7 p.m. story time virtual mini camp. And then next week, we're partnering with another entity actually outside of Pittsburgh, which we're excited about, and
Cool.
doing another noon event. So we're
Nice.
looking to not only engage individual working parents or parents in general, but also organizations that are looking to support their employees while they're at home and
I like it.
homeschooling and doing all the things that they have to do.
What happens in a mini camp? So there's a story time one. So people are reading stories and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we have essentially the same type of model where there are vetted caregivers. We call
Mhm.
them facilitators online because they can't
Gotcha.
actually provide childcare through Zoom. It'd be awesome if they could. But these virtual facilitators do everything. They do art projects like geometric art, or they do music or movement, yoga, gym
Wow.
classes.
I want to be a
We
kid again, man. This sounds like fun.
it really is, honestly. And one of the things that we're working with another partner on now is a sort of mommy and me type class. So, kind of to your point, getting adults kind of incorporated too from a mindfulness perspective or even from a meditation standpoint, because
Right.
there's just a lot of opportunities to help with the stress and the overwhelm that's happening right now.
Work,
One of
work.
the things that
Yep.
we found as well is there's a ton of competitors in the space that are offering virtual content.
Okay.
One of the things that helps from the perspective of the virtual mini camps that we're trying to push is that interactivity between the facilitator and the child. But more than anything, what these kids want is validation
Yeah.
from an adult that what they're
Right.
doing is right, and they want that interactivity, and they want to yeah, just be able to talk to each other. And
And it provides structure for part of the day as well too. Because I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm not a parent, but I would assume if I had a kid, there'd be some structure going on, right?
correct,
Just provide some
exactly.
like milestones along the day that it's something to do. It's regimented. It's predictable. It's fun.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think as kids start using it too, at least my kids have tried it a few times. I've heard this from other kids. They want it more. So one of the kids that was on yesterday asked if they could be on again today.
Nice.
We've heard that time and again from kids. And again, this is a range of children's ages from 3 to 10.
Hmm.
We don't really go above that because, I have
Yeah.
a 10-year-old and he's pretty self sufficient.
Yeah.
Under 3 can't really sit in front of a computer for too long, but that
Right.
sweet spot is also the elementary age, and these are kids that don't have school right now. They don't have preschool, they don't have kindergarten, they don't have,
Yeah.
yeah, their friends, they don't have their teachers, so they're in a spot too that's just it's
Yeah.
difficult for them, and so we're trying to provide that structure and that normalcy for them.
I just love the fact you came up with this. I think it's completely rad that like this, and you did it so quickly in order to provide this. I'm assuming this might be something you consider to keep on doing once you go back to providing regular, in-person childcare as well, too, huh?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a great point, Jonathan. With the economy and with businesses opening back up, we've started getting some requests for on-site childcare. Obviously, we're looking into that and taking as many precautions as we possibly can, but
Hmm.
also contemplating how to rope mini camps into almost a product suite, if you will,
There you go.
to offer both as childcare alternatives,
Yep.
especially as organizations open up. There may be certain workers that have to report on site. There may be certain ones that can work from home. How do
Right.
you support all of them? There has to be these innovative sort of flexible solutions that can cover all bases. And so that's what we're continuing to work on, and also see what other ways besides the two products that we have now can we continue supporting organizations and working parents as we continue kind of going back to a new normal, which I don't know what that's going to be.
We all use these gigantic quotation marks when we
Exactly.
say that.
New
Exactly. You almost took up the whole screen there, so I know you're serious about this.
Oh, if I
my
had a
goodness.
crystal ball, right? It'd be like, I
Yeah.
know exactly what that's going to be, but yeah, no
If
one
you
knows.
did, I'd just buy lottery tickets so someone could screw themselves. So yeah. I'm just
Nice.
so glad you're doing what you're doing. This is such a cool story. I know you're super busy, so I'm going to let you go. But I really want to encourage everybody, man. If you got some kids at home, 3 to 10, try these mini camps out. Go to Flexible. What's your website? Make sure I got it right.
It's flexiblecare.com. So it's FLEXABLECARE.com.
I couldn't remember the care part was on there in the end or not. That's why I let you give the
Yep.
URL, because I'm really good at screwing that kind of stuff up. So
No
Priya,
worries. No worries.
thank you so much for being part of this, and keep doing what you're doing. It's making Pittsburgh proud, man. Simple as that.
Thanks, Jonathan. And likewise, thanks to the PTC. I don't think we would be where we are without your support, and we're proud members, and
Cool, man.
we're again really happy to be here. So thanks again.
We appreciate it. It's very reciprocal. That's for sure. All right, Priya. We'll talk to you later. You got some kids back there.
I know, right? Gotta go get them.
All right. Be
Bye.
good.